Welcome back to Next Gen Investing. It's time for a look at a developing story with Kevin Green, Senior Markets Correspondent here for the network. So, Kevin, we're looking at the latest with all things UAW. Walk us through what you're seeing.
Well, we are seeing a little bit of a bounce back when it comes to the big three automakers, at least for their stock. We have Ford up about 1.6%. We have GM up over 2.7%, and Stellantis up 2.3%. And this is because the UAW has actually updated their demands when it came to the wage increase. Now they are looking for a wage increase of 30%, and that's down from 40% here. But there's also another strategy that's taking place here, Jenny. We are also seeing the UAW trying to make these aggressive demands in order to try to gain new members as well. So we have seen this decline in membership when it comes to the UAW over the years. And so this is not only trying to impact the current workers within the UAW, but also trying to attract some of the others that are not even a part of the union, but work in the automotive industry like Tesla, to be able to attract them and try to get them to come over to the union side here. So a very strategic type of maneuver that they are trying to pull here. Now, we are expected to get an update from UAW President Shawn Fain and later this evening, actually, on a Facebook Live event, if I'm not mistaken, and he'll give us an update on maybe potentially new strikes that are going to come when it comes to certain other locations, and or if there's any other additional progress being made between the three automakers and the UAW.
So, Kevin, as far as the progress on this goes, I think that right now what the stock prices care about at least is like the resolution of this. We're obviously seeing some strength today, but as far as long-term impact, I mean, this strike is already going to impact these companies. What does that really look like?
Yeah, we will see an economic impact when it comes to GDP, most likely, because if you cannot deliver cars, then obviously you cannot recognize revenue when you are an automaker. And the automakers actually have a fairly significant impact when it comes to durable good orders. So one thing to also kind of note, it's not only just the automotive sector in itself, it's also those that also support the automotive sector when you're looking at the battery manufacturers, or if you're looking at those that make sensor technologies within the semiconductor space, like onsemi. So there's going to be a fair amount of impact here. I think the biggest risk that we have is not so much drawing down the production. Obviously, that doesn't take that much to be able to draw down production. Starting to ramp it back up is actually the biggest issue. You could have backlogs that are going to be in place, and it can also increase the cost of transportation as well as some of the other input goods that are needed in order to deliver these vehicles. And if you have an increase in transportation costs as a whole and demand spikes, that's also going to potentially increase the cost for other goods like food and other durable goods like TVs, things of that nature, as these automakers are going to try to vie for some space when it comes to rail cars and trucking.
Yeah, I think that's really well put, and we'll leave it there. Kevin, great breakdown on the latest in the UAW. I'm sure we'll revisit this story probably at some point tomorrow because it has been somewhat of the story to watch of each day since we've gotten this strike. So we'll leave it there. Kevin Green, Senior Markets Correspondent here for the network.